In any relationship, trust and loyalty are the bedrock upon which meaningful connections are built. However, spotting disloyalty early can save you from unnecessary heartache and disappointment. Many of us overlook subtle signs of disloyal behavior, only to realize too late that someone we trusted may not have had our best interests at heart. Whether you're in a romantic relationship or navigating friendships, recognizing the warning signs of disloyalty is essential for protecting your emotional well-being. In this video, we'll explore 10 key signs that may indicate a lack of loyalty, helping you identify potential red flags before they become major issues. By understanding these behaviors, you'll gain valuable insights into the relationships you foster, empowering you to make decisions that prioritize your happiness and integrity. Throughout history, philosophers and thinkers have emphasized the importance of trust and honesty in relationships. Drawing from wisdom rooted in Stoicism and psychological insights, we'll dive into practical examples and real-life scenarios to uncover how disloyalty often manifests. From inconsistent communication to shifting priorities, these signs often remain hidden beneath the surface until it's too late. Whether you're seeking clarity in a current relationship or simply want to ensure you don't fall victim to disloyalty, this video is designed to equip you with the tools to recognize and respond to these signs with awareness and confidence. Let's explore these 10 crucial indicators, empowering you to cultivate deeper, more authentic connections. Number 1. Constant distrust or doubts. Constant distrust or doubts in a relationship can be one of the earliest signs of disloyalty. When trust begins to erode, it often leads to a cycle of suspicion, uncertainty, and insecurity. A person who is disloyal may consistently create an atmosphere where doubt thrives, making you question the authenticity of their actions and intentions. This type of behavior is often subtle but insidious, taking root over time and undermining the foundation of the relationship. In the early stages, doubt might manifest as minor concerns or questions, but as time goes on, these doubts tend to grow stronger. For instance, if you frequently catch yourself wondering about the whereabouts of your partner or constantly questioning their honesty, these are indicators that trust is diminishing. Disloyal individuals may exhibit behaviors that feed this mistrust, such as being evasive about their actions or consistently failing to provide clear answers. They might prioritize secrecy or create barriers to open communication, leaving you feeling uncertain and unsure. Moreover, constant doubts can lead to a negative feedback loop where you find yourself obsessing over small details and creating scenarios in your mind that reinforce these doubts. When this pattern persists, it can erode your confidence and self-esteem, making you feel increasingly insecure and distrustful. You may start to notice that you're spending more time searching for hidden meanings or signs, rather than focusing on the relationship itself. This ongoing questioning can sap your emotional energy, leaving you drained and uncertain about what to believe. Disloyal individuals often thrive on creating ambiguity. They may act in ways that provoke suspicion without outright lying, which makes it difficult to pinpoint exactly what's causing the distrust. They might be inconsistent in their words and actions, leading you to wonder whether they are truly committed to the relationship or if they are hiding something. Over time, these inconsistencies can leave you feeling isolated and confused as you struggle to make sense of what is real and what isn't. The impact of constant distrust is not limited to the relationship itself. It can extend to your mental and emotional well-being. Doubt can breed anxiety and insecurity, making it harder to trust yourself and your own judgment. This internal conflict can create feelings of instability, leaving you questioning not just the relationship, but your own self-worth. In some cases, individuals who experience this persistent doubt may become hypervigilant always on edge, looking for signs of betrayal or disloyalty. This vigilance can further strain the relationship, creating a toxic dynamic that becomes difficult to escape. Recognizing these signs early is crucial. Trust is built on consistency, honesty, and transparency, and when any of these elements are lacking, doubt tends to take their place. If you find yourself constantly doubting your partner's intentions, it's essential to confront these feelings rather than suppressing them. Ignoring them can lead to long-term emotional distress and damaged relationships. Instead, open communication and self-reflection can help you understand the root of your doubts and determine whether they are justified or rooted in insecurity. In summary, constant distrust or doubts are often early indicators of disloyalty. They create a climate of uncertainty, anxiety, and insecurity, making it challenging to build a healthy relationship. By recognizing these signs, you can take steps toward addressing the underlying issues and safeguarding your emotional well-being. Number 2, lack of genuine emotional connection. A lack of genuine emotional connection is one of the key signs of disloyalty in a relationship. Emotional connection forms the foundation of trust and intimacy, allowing both partners to feel seen, understood, and valued. When this connection starts to fade, it often signals deeper issues that may be the result of disloyal behavior or a lack of commitment. Without emotional intimacy, a relationship becomes fragile, with partners feeling disconnected and isolated. One of the most apparent signs of a lack of genuine emotional connection is when one or both partners seem emotionally distant or unavailable. They may withdraw from meaningful conversations, showing little interest in each other's thoughts, feelings, or experiences. In such cases, the relationship can become surface level, devoid of the emotional depth required for lasting intimacy. Disloyal individuals may engage in such behavior, either because they lack the emotional maturity to form deep bonds or because they are seeking connections elsewhere. When emotional connection diminishes, partners often feel a sense of discontent or unhappiness. They may start to feel like they are navigating the relationship alone, as if they're no longer a priority for their partner. This can lead to feelings of loneliness and emptiness, as the person who once provided support and companionship now seems distant and unreachable. Disloyal individuals may contribute to this emotional void by becoming more self-centered or focused on their own needs, leaving their partner feeling neglected and disconnected. In some cases, people who lack emotional connection may resort to superficial displays of affection without any real substance behind them. For example, they may prioritize physical intimacy or outward appearances while neglecting the emotional bond that's required for a healthy relationship. These acts of intimacy without genuine emotional involvement can further strain the relationship, leaving one or both partners feeling unfulfilled and questioning whether the connection they once had still exists. Another red flag is when one partner begins to show a lack of vulnerability. Emotional intimacy requires openness and honesty, where both individuals feel safe expressing their fears, desires, and needs. When this vulnerability diminishes, it can indicate a growing disconnect, as one or both partners might be hiding aspects of themselves or avoiding deeper conversations. Disloyal individuals may withdraw to avoid accountability or emotional investment, creating a barrier that prevents genuine connection from forming or flourishing. A lack of emotional connection often goes hand in hand with disinterest in the future of the relationship. Partners who once shared dreams and goals may begin to drift apart, with neither showing enthusiasm about building a future together. Disloyalty often thrives in this environment of emotional detachment, as the person may be seeking fulfillment or connection elsewhere while remaining physically present but emotionally absent. In the long run, this emotional disconnect can lead to frustration, resentment, and even the breakdown of the relationship. Without genuine emotional connection, couples often find it challenging to address issues or grow together. The absence of shared emotional experiences leaves both partners feeling isolated, contributing to a cycle of distrust and dissatisfaction. Recognizing the signs of a lack of emotional connection is crucial for maintaining healthy relationships. If you notice these patterns, addressing them through open communication and introspection can help uncover the root cause. Building a deeper emotional bond requires effort and commitment, and when disloyalty threatens this connection, addressing it head-on is essential for preserving your well-being and emotional fulfillment. Number 3. Inconsistent communication patterns. Inconsistent communication patterns can be a major red flag in any relationship, often signaling underlying issues of disloyalty or a lack of commitment. Communication serves as the foundation of any healthy relationship, fostering trust, understanding, and connection. When communication becomes inconsistent, it creates confusion, doubt, and uncertainty, making it difficult for both partners to stay aligned and connected. Disloyal individuals often exhibit erratic communication patterns, using this inconsistency to create ambiguity and avoid accountability. One common sign of inconsistent communication is a lack of regularity. A partner who once communicated openly may begin to respond sporadically, leaving gaps in conversations or failing to follow through on commitments. For example, they might stop initiating conversations, take a long time to reply, or become distant when previously they were attentive and engaged. These shifts in communication can leave one partner feeling neglected, frustrated, or unsure about the state of the relationship. Another key aspect of inconsistent communication is a lack of clarity in the messages being exchanged. Disloyal individuals often give vague or incomplete answers, leaving room for doubt and speculation. They may avoid discussing important topics, fail to provide details, or become evasive when asked direct questions. This creates a sense of uncertainty, making it harder to trust what they are saying, and fosters an environment of suspicion. Inconsistent communication can also extend to changes in how the partner interacts. They might become distant in ways that weren't present before, such as avoiding difficult conversations or showing a lack of interest in important topics. For instance, if one partner is consistently dismissive of conversations about the future or deliberately avoids discussing issues that matter, it could indicate a lack of commitment or a desire to keep things ambiguous. Additionally, disloyal partners may communicate inconsistently about their emotions and intentions. They might express one thing but act in a contradictory manner, leading to confusion about their true feelings. For example, someone who once expressed strong interest and commitment might suddenly become distant and uninterested, leaving their partner unsure of their intentions. This shift in behavior can create a cycle of uncertainty and doubt, further weakening trust. Inconsistent communication also often results in unmet expectations and misunderstandings. When one partner begins to ignore or disregard agreed-upon boundaries, it creates friction and can damage the relationship. A partner who fails to communicate their thoughts, needs, or concerns creates an emotional distance, leading to frustration and a sense of isolation. In the long run, these communication breakdowns can have serious consequences. When communication becomes inconsistent, it's harder to build and maintain trust, which is critical for the health of any relationship. In many cases, disloyalty thrives in environments where communication is unclear, as it allows individuals to keep things hidden and avoid responsibility. This ambiguity not only leaves partners feeling uncertain, but also makes it difficult to address issues and work toward solutions. Recognizing these patterns of inconsistent communication is key to preserving your emotional well-being. If you notice that your partner's communication has become erratic or unclear, it may be worth exploring the reasons behind these changes. Open and honest conversations can help clarify the situation and ensure that both partners remain aligned and connected. Number 4. Excessive secretiveness. Excessive secretiveness can be one of the most telling signs of disloyalty in a relationship. When someone is overly secretive, they tend to withhold important information, personal details, or even aspects of their life that should ideally be shared with a partner. While everyone has some personal boundaries, disloyal individuals tend to go beyond this by creating a wall of secrecy, often making their partners feel excluded and unsure about the nature of their relationship. A key characteristic of excessive secretiveness is the unwillingness to share or discuss crucial aspects of their life. For example, they may avoid answering questions or give vague, incomplete responses, especially when asked about their whereabouts, activities, or relationships. This lack of transparency creates an atmosphere of mistrust, leaving the other person questioning what's being hidden. Disloyal individuals tend to keep their lives compartmentalized, refusing to let others fully into their world, which can breed feelings of isolation and insecurity in the relationship. Disloyal partners often become overly defensive when asked about their activities or relationships. They may dismiss inquiries, act evasively, or become confrontational, making it difficult to hold open and honest conversations. By creating an environment where questions are met with hostility or indifference, they further reinforce the idea that something is being kept hidden. This secrecy often signals a fear of accountability or a desire to protect themselves from being fully transparent, which can be a clear indicator of disloyalty. Another common sign of excessive secretiveness is their need to control information and keep things private, even when it's not necessary. They might have private accounts on social media, unexplained absences, or frequent blackout periods where they are unreachable or unresponsive. These behaviors prevent their partner from having a clear understanding of their life, creating a gap that can foster suspicion and doubt. In some cases, excessive secretiveness may not necessarily stem from something specific, but rather from a general attitude of withholding. Even minor details such as who they're with, what they're doing, or their future plans become off-limits. This behavior can leave the partner feeling disconnected, as they are unable to form a full picture of their partner's life. Disloyal individuals often thrive in this lack of clarity, allowing them to pursue other connections without their primary partner knowing the full extent of what's happening. Secretive behavior may also extend to their relationships with others. They might maintain friendships or interactions that their partner doesn't know about, or dismiss these relationships as unimportant. By doing so, they create an emotional distance, keeping their partner in the dark and fostering a sense of distrust. This can lead to feelings of insecurity, jealousy, and confusion, as the person who should be their primary connection feels shut out of critical parts of their life. Excessive secretiveness often leads to feelings of isolation and uncertainty. When one partner is consistently guarded and unwilling to open up, it becomes difficult to build trust or maintain intimacy. A healthy relationship thrives on communication and transparency, but secrecy creates a barrier that prevents genuine connection and fosters doubt. Recognizing excessive secretiveness is crucial in identifying potential disloyalty early on. If you notice that your partner is constantly hiding aspects of their life or avoiding important conversations, it's important to address these concerns directly. Open and honest dialogue is key to resolving doubts and maintaining the trust necessary for a healthy relationship. Number 5. Disinterest in future plans. Together. Disinterest in future plans together is a telling sign of a potential lack of commitment or disloyalty in a relationship. When partners are genuinely invested in each other, they tend to discuss and make plans for the future, whether it's regarding personal goals, shared aspirations, or long-term commitments. However, when someone exhibits disinterest in these conversations or avoids planning for the future, it can indicate a lack of emotional investment or a focus on personal interests rather than the relationship. One of the most noticeable signs of disinterest in future plans is when a partner becomes evasive or uninterested in discussing long-term goals. For example, if you attempt to talk about things like marriage, children, moving in together, or even career paths that affect both of you, and they respond with indifference or dismissiveness, it may suggest they aren't as committed to the relationship as they appear. Disloyal individuals often avoid these conversations because they may be uncertain about their own future, uninterested in staying long-term, or already seeking other possibilities. Another common indicator is when one partner consistently prioritizes their own plans and goals while excluding the other from the equation. They might talk about their future ambitions without considering how those goals affect the relationship or the other person. For instance, if they pursue personal goals that don't align with what you both had previously discussed, it could signal a lack of commitment to the shared future. Disloyal partners often focus on self-interest, failing to consider the needs and desires of their partner, creating a disconnect in the relationship. Disinterest in future plans can also appear through inconsistent behavior. They may flip-flop on their commitments, showing enthusiasm one day and complete disinterest the next. This inconsistency often leaves the other partner feeling uncertain and unsure about the direction of the relationship. If someone is disloyal, they may avoid these discussions altogether or offer vague, uncertain answers that leave room for ambiguity. These responses can create an emotional void, leaving one partner feeling isolated and questioning the stability of the relationship. Moreover, when someone is disinterested in future plans, they may demonstrate a lack of investment in maintaining or nurturing the relationship. They might avoid discussing major life decisions such as settling down, building a family, or establishing a shared future, as they may not view these as relevant to their current priorities. Disloyal individuals often prioritize their personal freedom or other relationships, choosing not to commit fully to the future they once envisioned. The impact of disinterest in future plans can be significant. It creates a sense of stagnation and uncertainty, preventing both partners from growing together. When someone avoids conversations about the future, it often signals that they are emotionally detached or have other interests that compete with the relationship. This lack of shared vision can lead to feelings of frustration, loneliness, and ultimately, the breakdown of trust. Recognizing the signs of disinterest in future plans is crucial in maintaining healthy relationships. If you find yourself consistently unable to engage your partner in conversations about the future, it may be a sign that they are not fully committed. Open and honest communication can help uncover these concerns and ensure that both partners are aligned in their goals and aspirations. Number 6. Escalating jealousy or controlling behavior. Escalating jealousy or controlling behavior is a significant warning sign of potential disloyalty in a relationship. While a certain level of jealousy can be natural, especially when we care deeply about someone, excessive or escalating jealousy often stems from insecurity, possessiveness, or a fear of losing control. Disloyal individuals tend to exhibit such behavior as a means of exerting dominance or masking their own insecurities. When jealousy and control escalate, they can create an unhealthy dynamic, leading to emotional distress and the erosion of trust. One of the most common signs of escalating jealousy is possessiveness. A partner who becomes excessively controlling may start to monitor their partner's whereabouts, social interactions, and even communications. They might demand constant attention, limit their partner's freedom, or try to isolate them from friends and family. This type of behavior often stems from a desire to maintain control over the relationship, masking a deeper fear of being replaced or left behind. Disloyal individuals may feel threatened by the idea of their partner forming connections outside of the relationship, especially if they are pursuing or entertaining other options. Another indicator of escalating jealousy is when a partner starts to question or accuse their partner of infidelity or disloyalty without substantial evidence. They may become suspicious, asking overly intrusive questions or constantly checking their partner's phone, social media, or messages. These behaviors are often driven by insecurity and fear rather than any real proof of wrongdoing. Disloyal individuals may project their own feelings of guilt or insecurity onto their partner, creating an atmosphere of mistrust. Controlling behavior often goes hand in hand with jealousy. A disloyal partner may try to control their partner's activities, friendships, or even their appearance as a way to limit their independence. They may set rigid rules about who their partner can interact with, what they can or cannot do, and how they should behave. This type of behavior can create a sense of confinement, leaving the partner feeling suffocated and unable to express themselves freely. Disloyal partners may engage in these tactics as a way to hide their own disloyalty or keep their partner in check, ensuring they remain unaware of other relationships or interests. Escalating jealousy and controlling behavior can also lead to emotional manipulation. A disloyal partner may use guilt, shame, or emotional blackmail to keep their partner from questioning their actions. They might play the victim, creating scenarios where they make their partner feel guilty or responsible for their insecurities. This manipulation often results in the partner feeling trapped, unsure of their worth, and unsure of their reality, as they struggle to navigate a relationship filled with mistrust and control. The impact of such behavior extends beyond the relationship itself. Over time, escalating jealousy and controlling behavior can lead to anxiety, depression, and a loss of self-confidence. The constant need for reassurance and the suppression of independence can cause emotional harm, making it difficult for individuals to thrive in the relationship or even outside of it. The person who experiences such controlling behavior often feels isolated, disconnected, and unsure of their own judgment. Recognizing the signs of escalating jealousy and controlling behavior is essential in identifying potential disloyalty. If you notice that your partner is displaying these behaviors, it's important to address them directly and seek open communication. Trust and independence are fundamental to any healthy relationship, and when they are compromised, addressing the underlying issues is crucial for preserving emotional well-being. Number 7. Unwillingness to take responsibility. Unwillingness to take responsibility is a significant warning sign of potential disloyalty in a relationship. In healthy relationships, both partners acknowledge their faults, take accountability for their actions, and strive to resolve conflicts together. However, when someone refuses to accept responsibility, it often indicates a deeper issue of dishonesty, avoidance, or an unwillingness to engage in the relationship with integrity. Disloyal individuals may deflect blame, deny their mistakes, or shift responsibility onto others as a way of avoiding the consequences of their actions. This behavior can undermine trust, create conflict, and ultimately erode the foundation of the relationship. One of the most common signs of unwillingness to take responsibility is when a partner frequently blames others for their mistakes or shortcomings. They may deny any wrongdoing, even when clear evidence suggests otherwise. For example, If their actions have caused hurt or conflict, they might accuse their partner of overreacting or exaggerating the situation, rather than addressing the issue head-on. By refusing to admit fault, they avoid confronting the real problem and instead create a cycle of defensiveness and denial. Disloyal partners often avoid accountability because they may have something to hide or are unwilling to face the truth about their own behavior. For instance, if a partner is cheating or pursuing another relationship, they may justify their actions by claiming circumstances were out of their control or that their partner is to blame for the distance in the relationship. By shifting responsibility, they seek to absolve themselves of any accountability, allowing them to maintain their actions while keeping their partner in the dark. Another indicator is the tendency to offer excuses instead of solutions. Instead of admitting fault, they may rationalize their behavior with reasons that seem valid on the surface but lack real substance. For example, they might claim they were stressed, tired, or not thinking clearly as justification for their actions. This form of excuse-making serves as a barrier to genuine introspection and responsibility, preventing any meaningful resolution to the issues at hand. Moreover, disloyal individuals often resist taking responsibility because they fear the consequences of their actions being exposed. In some cases, they may actively avoid confrontation or any situation that requires accountability. This can lead to a pattern of hiding the truth or denying important aspects of their life, creating a lack of transparency in the relationship. The unwillingness to face their mistakes leaves their partner in a state of confusion and uncertainty, unable to trust what they are being told. The refusal to take responsibility can also extend to everyday situations. For instance, they might avoid contributing to household responsibilities, blame their partner for misunderstandings, or deny promises they made earlier. This type of behavior fosters an environment of mistrust, as their partner begins to question whether their actions are genuine or influenced by ulterior motives. Ultimately, the inability to take responsibility erodes the foundation of trust that is crucial to a healthy relationship. Trust is built on mutual respect, honesty, and accountability, and when these elements are missing, it becomes difficult to maintain a strong bond. In relationships where disloyalty is present, the refusal to accept responsibility often acts as a shield, allowing one partner to evade the consequences of their actions and continue dishonest behavior. Recognizing the signs of an unwillingness to take responsibility is essential for maintaining emotional well-being. If you find yourself constantly questioning your partner's accountability or observing patterns of deflection, it may be a sign that deeper issues are at play. Open communication and a commitment to truth and accountability are vital to resolving these concerns and fostering a relationship built on trust and integrity. Number 8. Frequent distractions or absences. Frequent distractions or absences are key indicators of potential disloyalty in a relationship. While everyone needs their own space from time to time, excessive or unexplained absences, coupled with a tendency to prioritize external distractions, can create a gap in connection and trust. Disloyal individuals often use distractions or absences as a way to avoid commitment, responsibility, or to conceal their involvement in other relationships or activities. These patterns of behavior can leave their partners feeling disconnected, confused, and unsure about the nature of the relationship. One of the most noticeable signs of frequent distractions is a partner who constantly prioritizes external commitments over the relationship. This could include work, social events, hobbies, or even excessive use of technology like smartphones or social media. When someone begins to invest more time and energy into these distractions rather than the relationship, it often suggests a lack of commitment or a desire to detach emotionally. Disloyal individuals tend to engage in behaviors that reduce their partner's involvement in their lives, creating an emotional distance that prevents trust from growing. Another common sign is the sudden and unexplained absences or unavailability of a partner. If a partner frequently disappears or becomes unreachable without providing a clear explanation, it can signal that they are hiding something. Whether it's sudden work trips, extended social outings, or mysterious patterns of behavior, these absences often create a sense of uncertainty and doubt in the relationship. Disloyal individuals may use these periods to pursue interests or connections outside of the relationship, leaving their partners guessing about their whereabouts. In some cases, the use of technology, such as phones, social media, or online messaging platforms, can amplify these distractions. A partner who is frequently glued to their device or who hides their digital activity may be intentionally concealing aspects of their life. They might ignore messages, fail to respond promptly, or appear disconnected even when they're present. This detachment makes it difficult to build trust and creates an environment where the partner begins to question their value in the relationship. Disloyal individuals may also create patterns of behavior where they become too busy or distracted to address important conversations or relationship issues. They may avoid discussing future plans, emotional needs, or shared goals, instead focusing on things that pull their attention away from the relationship. These distractions serve as a way to avoid commitment, making it easier for them to detach from the relationship and explore other options. The impact of frequent distractions and absences is not just emotional, but can also lead to feelings of loneliness, confusion, and insecurity. When a partner is constantly distracted or unavailable, it creates a gap that becomes difficult to bridge. This can lead to doubts about the relationship's stability, making the partner feel like they are not a priority. Over time, this lack of connection can erode trust and leave the relationship in a state of uncertainty. Recognizing patterns of frequent distractions or absences is crucial in maintaining a healthy relationship. If you notice that your partner is increasingly distant or unavailable, it may be worth having an open conversation to address these concerns. Building a relationship that thrives on connection, communication, and trust requires both partners to be fully present and engaged, and frequent distractions often signal deeper issues that need to be addressed. Number 9. Lack of respect for boundaries. Lack of respect for boundaries is a critical warning sign of potential disloyalty in a relationship. Healthy relationships thrive on mutual respect, trust, and an understanding of personal and relational boundaries. Boundaries are the guidelines that individuals set for themselves regarding their emotional, physical, and mental well-being. When a partner disregards these boundaries, it often signals a lack of respect, autonomy, or an attempt to control the other person. Disloyal individuals frequently show patterns of behavior that violate these boundaries, creating a sense of insecurity, discomfort, and emotional distress for their partners. One of the key signs of a lack of respect for boundaries is when a partner consistently disregards what their partner has communicated as important or non-negotiable. For example, if you express the need for personal space, privacy, or limits on certain behaviors, and your partner continues to cross those boundaries without regard for your feelings, it reveals a fundamental lack of respect. Disloyal individuals may push these boundaries intentionally, either because they seek control or because they are emotionally disconnected from their partner's needs. Another sign is when a partner exhibits controlling or intrusive behavior, ignoring their partner's requests or feelings. This could manifest in various forms, such as excessive monitoring of social media, constant communication demands, or attempts to control the other person's time, friendships, or decisions. When someone disregards these boundaries, they often aim to exert power over the relationship, violating the autonomy and privacy of their partner. This kind of behavior can lead to feelings of suffocation, mistrust, and resentment, as the partner feels increasingly disconnected and disrespected. Disloyal partners may also dismiss their partner's emotional needs. For instance, if you express vulnerability or seek emotional support, a disloyal partner may ignore these needs, fail to provide reassurance, or become dismissive of your feelings altogether. This neglect can create an emotional void, making the relationship feel one-sided and leaving the partner questioning their worth and the commitment of their partner. Disloyal individuals often prioritize their own needs over their partner's, showing a lack of empathy and a disregard for the emotional boundaries that define a healthy relationship. In some cases, disloyal partners may engage in passive-aggressive behavior or guilt-tripping tactics to enforce control over their partner. By manipulating emotions or creating situations where their partner feels guilty or responsible, they undermine trust and reinforce the idea that their needs are more important. This lack of respect for boundaries can lead to a cycle of frustration and conflict, making it difficult for the relationship to progress in a healthy and balanced way. The impact of a lack of respect for boundaries extends beyond emotional distress. It can lead to a loss of self-esteem, increased anxiety, and feelings of isolation. When someone feels their boundaries are constantly being violated, they may begin to question their own judgment, becoming more hesitant to assert their needs in the relationship. This can create a dynamic where one partner feels trapped or powerless, while the other continues to act with disregard for their partner's well-being. Recognizing the signs of a lack of respect for boundaries is essential in preserving a healthy relationship. Open communication and mutual respect are crucial elements that help build trust and ensure both partners feel valued. If you find that your partner frequently crosses your boundaries without consideration, it may be a sign that deeper issues are at play. Addressing these concerns openly and honestly can help restore balance and strengthen the relationship. Number 10. Shifting priorities and values. Shifting priorities and values can be a significant red flag in a relationship, especially when it points to disloyalty. In healthy, committed relationships, partners typically share common values and goals, and their priorities align. However, when one or both partners begin to shift their values and priorities, it often signals underlying issues such as a lack of commitment, emotional distance, or even the presence of outside interests or distractions. Disloyal individuals frequently shift their priorities away from the relationship, focusing instead on external factors that may satisfy their immediate needs rather than the long-term health of the partnership. One of the key indicators of shifting priorities is when a partner starts to place other interests above the relationship. These interests could be work, social activities, personal hobbies, or even new relationships. When a partner begins to prioritize these external commitments over time spent with their significant other, it can indicate a growing lack of investment in the relationship. Disloyal partners may justify these shifts by claiming that they are pursuing personal growth, career advancement, or simply trying to focus on themselves, but these justifications often mask deeper issues like boredom, dissatisfaction, or a desire to explore options outside of the relationship. For instance, if a partner begins neglecting shared goals or plans that were once important to both of you, whether it's future commitments, travel plans, or building a life together, this can be a sign that their priorities have shifted. Disloyal individuals may subtly withdraw from these goals, leaving their partner feeling confused and uncertain about the future. The absence of shared dreams or ambitions creates a sense of disconnection, as both partners no longer feel aligned in their values. Another sign of shifting priorities is the neglect of emotional connection. A disloyal partner may become emotionally distant, prioritizing other relationships, activities, or even their own solitude over nurturing the emotional bond with their partner. They may stop communicating as openly, or may become less invested in understanding their partner's needs and feelings. Emotional distance can create a void that is difficult to fill, leaving the relationship lacking intimacy and trust. Furthermore, shifting priorities may lead to a change in behavior that reflects new values or interests. A partner who begins to focus more on appearances, status, or superficial gains may place a higher value on external validation rather than the emotional intimacy of the relationship. They may become more concerned with how they are perceived by others, investing time and energy into maintaining a certain image rather than cultivating a deeper connection with their partner. This shift in values often indicates that their loyalty is no longer rooted in the relationship itself, but in external validation or self-interest. Disloyal partners may also show signs of dishonesty when their values shift. They might engage in behaviors that contradict their previously stated values or commitments. For example, they may have initially prioritized honesty and transparency, but now they are more secretive, avoiding conversations about their whereabouts, intentions, or feelings. This inconsistency between their words and actions can create confusion and distrust, leaving their partner unsure of where they truly stand. The impact of shifting priorities is not limited to emotional distress. It can also lead to significant relationship challenges, including a breakdown of trust, increased feelings of isolation, and uncertainty about the future. When one partner's values and priorities no longer align with the relationship, it often leads to a sense of disappointment and disillusionment for the other partner. The lack of shared vision makes it difficult to sustain the relationship, as both individuals may find themselves on different paths, each seeking fulfillment elsewhere.